Question number 2. How does it feel being married so young?
Okay, so loads of people think it's like some sort of overwhelming feeling. It's not nothing like that really. It just feels the same. I mean, we were going out.
I have like a lump in my throat.
Oh, give me a hug, bro. I don't
so
want you to be. Oh no, what? Just cry then for the views.
No.
I can feel the gravity. The forces pull between.
Basically, as Tanya said, we are doing a 1-year marriage review, and this is basically where it's going to be a 3-part series because we've been married for 3 years. So
this is part 1, which is going to be. So part 1 will be first year, part 2 will be second year, and part 3 will be third year. But we're going to just jump straight into it. So we haven't planned this video because I feel like when we plan things, it just doesn't work for us. So we're just going to go off our memory on, because I do remember very strongly.
Okay. But this is just going to be like a review mainly about like, I'll say like feelings, not feelings, but like some hardships and some good things that we learned from it. It's basically like a review, like a what went well, even better if.
We are going to try going chronological order, like from when we actually first got married to the actual anniversary day, because that didn't go well either. I'm just joking. Actually, I'm not joking.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what I'm saying, just joking, but I'm not joking.
When we first got married in that, yeah, like, Tanya always used to say to me, yeah, like, oh, first year marriage is always a hard one, and she always used to say this, innit? And like, for me, I always used to think like, oh, whatever, like, it's just like something that's just got in her head kind of thing, like, it's just a saying. But when you're actually going through it, like, I honestly do believe first year is the hardest, and it is very much true.
Yeah.
The person that you're in a relationship is a lot different to when you are married.
No,
because
I wouldn't say
everything
married.
change.
I would just say living together.
Living together, yeah.
That was the hardest.
Living. So for us, when we were living out and stuff, we were having problems because we were having problems with like let's say chores, or like what we do, how we do it, and different like. It was just conflicting. It was conflicting so much, and we were having so many problems in our first year. And a lot of people don't realise that, because when we first came onto YouTube, because of we were highly requested by everyone in the public. But when we did like release that video on our first ever Q&A, like you would see we were quite full of optimism, quite full of like we're looking forward to life, innit? So the first 6 months, yeah, I basically moved myself away from my family because I felt like my family were quite toxic, I would say. But with the whole process of stuff, we'll get into like more detail in future videos, but like everything in my personal life wasn't really going too well, and I just felt like being away from the people who were causing the problems for me would have been better. So that's what we did. And the first 6 months was calm, and like them times we didn't really do much, but like it was alright.
So I feel like the things that I wasn't okay with in first year marriage, yeah, after we moved out, I'm not going to talk about the first 6 months because literally it was a blur. It was honestly a blur. I don't even remember like things in detail because I was just kind of happy. We moved out, obviously things got a lot deeper, but before I got married to Ryhan, I already knew he was very tight. I already knew that.
Why are you saying tight? Why don't you say another word? Why don't you say like
okay, budgety?
Money efficient.
Nah, but
say money efficient.
Okay,
like
money efficient, yeah.
I like that one, yeah.
But the problem was with this money efficient is that the way he tried to
enforce it.
No, even explain it or try to do it was very.
Oh, everything's coming out today, like, isn't it?
Obviously, that's what I thought we were doing. We were gonna say the
truth.
Yeah, like,
go on.
Obviously, when you watch part 2, part 3, you're gonna be like, oh my god, they're the cutest. But this is not cute at all, okay? So like, we had a lot of problems with that. But obviously, the blame isn't for one way. Like, it's both.
No,
ways.
yeah, that's what I 100% agree with.
Yeah,
because.
So, Wait, I want to quickly say my point. So he would be enforcing this strict budgeting law on me, yeah, which was really hard for me. But the problem was I was spending money that I wasn't making. So if I was to have like...
You're just moving spoil, isn't it?
If I was to have like £100 in my bank account, I would spend that £100 that I have in my bank account within 5 days, for example. I spend double now, but I have more money coming in. Whereas at the time I probably had less... I had no money coming in. So the problem there was I was excited about moving out, and I wanted it to be, and
you wanted it to be lit. Or lit at least, not lit, just lit. But
It got
we
there
couldn't even
slowly.
have lit, we just had lit. Without the
It
T
got
on
there
it.
slowly, but the beginning process was really hard for me. I did end up getting a job because of it, so
Actually, same with me as well.
that was one problem. So the first problem between what I had was money. So money was a big thing, and money is a big thing in everyone's life till this day, till this lifetime, because money makes the world go round. You can't do anything if
Same
you
way
don't
makes
have
it
money.
come.
Can't say this, which I understand. Money is a struggle for so many people. Reasons why people don't get married, because they don't have the money to get married. Reason
100%.
why people avoid it or don't
Or
talk
the
about it.
reason
or-
why people don't cohabitate, or even if they do, yeah, like a lot of relationships fall through because like you can't actually afford the lifestyle that you want to have, like mentally.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our age. I'm like,
I just turned 19.
you just turned 19 and I'm 19. So think about it, we're still very young, and for like two people who don't actually have like money, they didn't really have a job, they didn't really have like savings.
I worked before we got married.
We were just living as we went. You know what it is, yeah? Let me. Oh, this is gonna get deep. You're like 18 to like 21, let's say, yeah. The views you have, you feel like you're like right, not all the time, but you feel like your way is kind of like the right way, innit?
Yeah.
And then when you got someone else who's in your life, yeah, and you're supposed to be like a partner, like 50-50 with, yeah, like that's when it gets difficult, because you're trying to do your way and they think their way's right, and then you have to meet in the middle. But because you're at that intellectual level, you can't even comprehend their way. Yeah, I don't even know. Compromise, like it's sometimes so hard to compromise when you're like a younger age, because you don't understand the importance of compromise, and you don't understand the importance of
It is really.
yeah, like
Yeah.
meeting in the middle.
We do
is-
stuff now that we have to understand each
yeah,
other.
and like
Whereas before we didn't. It was more.
relationships, yeah. To be in a happy relationship or in a stable relationship, it just takes so much mental power, and mental power that you don't even realize that you have, and mental power that you've got grown.
I didn't have any mental power sometimes.
Yeah, neither of us did,
I was
man.
broken. Ryhan was broken in his own ways, and I was broken in my own ways.
Yeah, we were just two broke souls that got together, and then we thought, yeah, fuck it, man.
But we
can-
broke each other even more. I feel so
Yeah,
sad.
like we thought, fuck it, we can live happily ever after. Let's do the good thing by God and all this sort of stuff. And then we did it, and then
It was hard.
it was hard. But like honestly, I can't say there wasn't any blessings that came our way, because the whole like social media thing came as a blessing towards us. But that
Yeah,
was
at
another
that
video. At the video, because that's when everything just started blowing up for us. But
Yeah, it blew. And we were going down, and everything else was going up. So we didn't know how to balance our hurt going down
Yeah.
with the socialness going up, which we'll talk about later. So we're going to move on from that.
no, it's like I wouldn't say compromise. I say mentally just unstable.
Okay.
Oh, that's so. It sounds so deep, but like
It's
financial and then mental. It was deep because like.
imagine the person you love, and then you're just like, oh my god.
We were just both depressed, man. Like we were not happy at that time. We
Yeah.
were not happy, and we were just trying to find any way of just like we were just trying to end things, man. We were just always
Okay.
arguing, always bickering,
Let's-
always fighting. Now
By
we
the
bicker and
way-
stuff, yeah, cool. But
But
like
we get over it in like 10 seconds.
we
Back
can get
then,
over it. Back then, it was just so like, oh, what if we're bickering or arguing? It was just like, oh, you're fully getting at me. You're
Yeah.
fully getting at me. You're getting at
It
me.
was like-
You're gonna.
So we both were not water and fire ever. It was always fire and fire.
yeah.
So it didn't matter.
You'll be baby fire, I'll be big fire, and then sometimes you'll be the big fire and I'll be the baby fire.
Yeah. Sometimes it didn't matter like if he was fire first. Like sometimes
It'll just explode, bro.
yeah, like I needed to think, oh, if he was fire first, I should be water. But instead, I was like, why the hell is he being like this? So then I became fire. And if I was fire first, he never thought, oh yeah, let me be water. Instead, he was like, why is she talking to me like that? For example, oh yeah, let me be fire. So it was never like two fires would never ever be calm. All these problems that we've been having, yeah, it led to things like this.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the thing I struggled with was, yeah, that me and Ryhan were so close and we were so stupid together, yeah, when we were dating, and I wanted to take that into the marriage relationship, but I wasn't mentally a wife. Get married and chill around and just be like boom boom boom, yeah, and still enjoy my life to the max that I would have done if we were still boyfriend and girlfriend. But then it all became so,
That's not serious, but
it did, I felt like there was a label now, like, but why can't you have the label as a wife and still be
lit.
lit?
I think that's what you are now, though, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously. But yeah, within all these bad times, yeah, we were still going out.
Oh yeah,
We
you
still
were
had
lit,
them.
Bob. Yeah, but the only thing is, yeah, I felt like it was serious because we were becoming more serious in our life. Like we were having more responsibilities, more commitments, like paying rent, paying water bill, paying this, paying that, and that was all things that were new to us because neither of us had previously moved out, and both of us were now moving out, and we're doing it together.
My point was this, yeah. My point was, oh, you didn't get, not just to you, like to anyone in the world.
You didn't get
yeah?
married for
No, you didn't get married to me, yeah, and I don't have a job, and I don't go to university, and I don't pay for my own travel card. I don't do, like, my point was, like, if I was just a housewife, I would 100% happily do literally everything for you.
But you were also doing your own little thing, innit?
I was doing I was doing everything what you was also doing.
Yeah.
So like my point was, if I'm also doing what you're doing, let's have the balance of everything else.
But we didn't see it like that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see it like that.
You didn't see it like that at the time, but he did try his best. The problem is he didn't know that his best weren't up to my standards, and I had higher expectations because before we got married, like, I never knew what he was like at home or whatever. I'm not saying you were a sloth at home. I'm saying you actually, I was a sloth at home. But
you
like,
still are though, babe. Everyone even says it.
yeah, like at my house, I don't do anything. But like when we moved out, I just expected his best to be up to my standards, and it just wasn't. So obviously when we moved out again, alhamdulillah, that changed. So hard to talk about.
Like, wait, the labelling thing. I feel like the labelling thing ruined it because if we just got married and I just looked at it like, oh, we're just carrying on as boyfriend girlfriend, but we're just things are just more serious. I felt like that would have been better, but because I was scared, like, oh, imagine if I have a kid, or oh, imagine if we, I don't know, all these different things that were going on, and I was thinking about uni, I was thinking about this, I was thinking like, I don't have my life sorted out, and because I didn't have my life sorted out, the way I used to look at my life was a lot different. Because in that situation, I always wanted to be more in control of my own life, and I wasn't really.
Yeah, life was controlling you. We're so different, even to this day. Like,
even to this day, Tanya is so different. Like, she will look at something and she will be like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. Or like, oh yeah, like, oh, I don't need to plan it. Or
me, yeah, I live my life, which I'll always say to people, but I live my life for today. And I know, like, someone's gonna be like, astaghfirullah, that is so bad, but I really do, because what if today is my last day, and then go to top up my Oyster card and go on the train and go somewhere because, oh, you don't want to go on trains and you can't be bothered to do this. With me, it was like, why not? Like, we used to do it all the time. Like, and I just felt like maybe we were just falling out of love with each other because we didn't want to do things for each other. So I was like, he can't do something for me, I can't do something. Like, what kind of relationship is that? Yeah, and I'm going to talk about one of the last stages. So I felt like at one point Ryhan became very bottled up. So at one point when we would blow up and talk to each other, it would be like, no, but still our feelings are coming out. Do you know what I mean? And then it came to a point where I was feelings, shouting, crying, saying all my things, whereas you were...
I've always been like that though, man.
Where you were back. And then that led to, this is where the D word comes, not dick, but divorce. Oh my goodness, yeah. This is where that comes from, because then he took himself out of the situation and was like, I can't do this anymore, and he left. He left me. Oh my god, I was so sad. He went to his mum's house because I wouldn't leave because I'm a stubborn girl.
And also your house is like 2 hours away, so
yeah, I lived far. I ain't gonna get the Southwest train all the way to go home. I think I did a good thing because
just done a bad.
Just did a good thing.
Yeah, go on.
I don't regret the thing I've done, but honestly, I went to his house and I spoke to his parent, well, his mom, and I told her all my feelings. I told her what was happening.
We were like this close to getting the D word. This close.
Situations like this, what I should have done was given you space. But instead what I did was come to your house and try to fix it and try to solve it. But I was on the bus, yeah. I was on the bus here and I was coming back, and the bus journey was an hour to where we were. And he already came home, and obviously he has sisters who are informing me of literally everything he does. So his sister's like, Babs, he left, this is the time. So then I could...
My sisters, yeah, they're not even close to me like that, but because ever since this one's come into my life, yeah, they're close to her, innit? So for me, they will always side with her rather than me, which is cool. I don't care. I'm cool with that.
Even if I was in the wrong, they would side
yeah,
with
I'm
me.
cool with that, but like in this situation, yeah, they were fully like supporting her.
And I was like, anyways, I was knocking on the door here, and he was like, I'm not gonna let you in. And I was like, if you don't let me in, I'm gonna scream. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and you're standing outside the door, and I was like, for fuck's sake, this stupid psycho, bro. I'm not gonna deal with her screaming in the corridors and shit, yeah. And everyone like,
I literally would have screamed, yeah. Like I would have been like, ah, like I would have screamed, yeah. So I needed something so he could open
I
the
can't believe, yeah, none of our neighbours then, them times, yeah, used to even snitch, like.
door. Yeah.
I can't even
We
believe
used
there
to
was
shout.
so much
We used to
noise,
scream. We used to
man.
chuck things.
I'm a simple guy. I just like quiet. I just like, you know what I mean? I just like sometimes the quiet. Noise level is low, innit?
So the like, basically I went and I said about the knocking, yeah, and I was like, yeah, blah, oh yeah, if you don't open it I'm gonna scream. And then you opened the door and I came in. Imagine we both stopped caring, and I don't know why this, I said to myself at the time, like, I'm gonna try one last time, because I don't know what it is, I do love you, and I did love you. Just
I did as well, yeah, but it was just so bad, man. It
like,
was just way too
I
much,
just
man.
loved-
Everything was just too much,
and
man.
I just couldn't imagine my
Think
life.
about 2 young
Okay, shush, man.
adults.
Let me
We're just going through all of this
Let
all
me
alone.
just tell my love story.
Yeah, go on, go on,
okay, because this is gonna be the to be continued.
Okay.
So I was crying and stuff, yeah, and I came to the door, yeah, and I walked into the door, yeah. The room was a trash boy, yeah.
Yeah,
Everything was
it
trash.
was an landfill, that one was.
So then I thought to myself, yeah, I'm gonna try one. Basically, I started crying and he started crying.
Well, don't say me started crying. Can you just say you? Don't touch me, but just say you started crying.
No, I started crying and he started crying, and I held him like this, yeah. But man, he was lying down, like he was sleeping or some shit.
Yeah, I was sleeping, you're right. I know I wasn't sleeping, I was kind of pretending. I was depressed sleeping,
I
like.
was just like holding him, but the thing is, yeah, I was holding him, but I was very cautious because we've had so much arguments and so much fight and so much pressure, yeah. I was just holding him like this, like literally so lightly in case he came out like a gorilla bear, yeah. And what he did, yeah, was he held me back and he held me tight.
And don't put makeup on me.
I was like crying, I was literally crying, yeah, and he was literally, don't lie, you were crying for me, you loved me, yeah.
Yeah, this was a really serious moment, man, in our relationship, yeah. This was a turning point, and
I have like a lump in my throat.
Oh, give me a hug,
I
bro.
feel
I don't
so
want you to be. Oh, no, what? Just cry then for the views. Come
No.
on. Just cry for the views.
I'm not crying on camera about something that's happened, but it was just such a hard, it was just so hard. Anyway, what I did was I gave him a back massage and I was just talking.
Tanya's back massages, yeah, honestly they work so well. The other day, yeah, like for a week I had the worst back pain, and then she gave me a back massage, yeah, like I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago. I woke up the next morning, yeah, and I wasn't even.
I was like, he was like, what's the time?
I was like, babe, what's the time, yeah? And then she was like, 10 o'clock. I was like, no, it's not. And then she was like, yeah, it is. And then I looked at the time when I woke up, it was 10 o'clock. I was like, my back just feels like, yeah, I woke up at 10 p.m.
At one point I was just like, open the door, like, ha ha ha, and he was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, oh yeah, she's so psycho, like, we've been having all these problems, now she's coming, knocking and laughing like some clown and shit, like, I just
loved him, yeah, and I wasn't ready to let go. That's basically, I was not ready to let this all go to waste. Everything that we've worked hard for was not going to waste right in front of my eyes.
No, let's do that one again.
Make sure you like, share and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos. If you want to see more videos.
Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This was as real as we could be.
Wait. Before you watch this video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, because we'll be definitely doing more if you guys enjoy it. So yeah.
And please give it another big thumbs up, because we've been through a lot and it's been like 3 years, and we finally now plucked up the courage to now talk about all of this stuff. Not courage, but you know, like, we thought we'll share with it because we want to help.
It was like opening a closed heart.
Yeah, like same way we came onto this social thing to explain our story, yeah, now we're explaining like the bad sides of things as well, a lot more.
We didn't say any positives.
Yeah.
Well, the positive was that we had light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, there was light at the end of the tunnel. We had loads of good fun times.
But this is going on to second year, so I hope, because this is 6 months, by the way, of the worst period. So I hope you wait. Like, this is to be continued. So don't think it's just stops there, okay? Because it doesn't. We did
There's another 2 more years coming up. Oh my god.